Deputy Attorney General Rod Rosenstein warning against believing stories that are loaded or based on anonymous sources. Now here's the statement saying, quote, Americans should exercise caution before accepting as true any stories attributed to anonymous officials, particularly when they do not identify the country, let alone the branch or agency of government which with these alleged sources supposedly are affiliated. Americans should be skeptical about anonymous allegations. Let's bring in Judicial Watch President Tom Fitton. Good to see you. Is he right?
Yes and no. I mean, there are sometimes sources, leaks that are official leaks, where you have agencies leak information with authority or with permission from higher-level officials in the agency. You have the leaks of the White House or the Justice Department. But in this case, he's right in the sense that we've had leaks and spin released to the media that turned out not to be true. The most infamous one being CNN's reporting that Comey was going to contradict President Trump's statement that he was told 3 times he wasn't under investigation, when in fact it was just the opposite. Comey agreed with Trump.
You know, Tom, too, remember when former FBI Director Comey said just recently that New York Times story back in February about Russia-Trump contacts during the campaign was flat out wrong. And, you know, that one was loaded and based on anonymous leaks. Now, the New York Times still stands by the story. What are your thoughts there?
Well, this is why there should be more disclosure about the nature of those doing the leaks. Look, obviously there are always going to be anonymous leaks, and it's the obligation of the media to disclose as much as they can so that the motivations of the leakers can be taken into account by readership or viewers so they can weigh whether or not to believe them. And in the case of the New York Times and other media, they are very careful to avoid the implications that there are people out to get Trump and maybe their leaks aren't to be believed. Yeah,
you know, Judicial Watch has now demanded the FBI recover the memos removed by James Comey. You're fighting for that. Why did Comey think these memos were okay to take with him, and what do you expect to see in the memos?
Well, I don't know what he thought in terms of whether it was okay to take them. Maybe he knew he was doing something wrong. I don't know. He thought Hillary Clinton could leave the State Department with thousands of emails with no problem, so maybe, you know, that misapprehension of the law governed his conduct here. But the FBI has obligations to try to get these records and anything else he took from the government and get them back so they can be reviewed and respond. We just filed a lawsuit for one of the memos today. Other media are suing as well. And again, the New York Times has a memo, a portion of which is read to them, and we're having to sue in federal court to get them and being told that we can't get them initially. This is really a scandal, and I want to know what other memos and what other documents he took.
That's a good point. A whole obstruction case is being built on that memo. Tom, thank you so much.